You took your fucking tits out. Get over yourself.
No, that's vulnerable. That's vulnerable.
Really?
Yes.
Sing in front of the fucking crew. Go on stage in a tuxedo.
Can you sing?
Yeah, I could sing.
Then what's your problem?
Because you're in front of the grip truck where you just got grass off of earlier in the week, and now there's a bunch of guys holding like bounce cards and lights, and you're like, fly me to the moon. And they're all like, JJ, you sound like half a fig. You fucking animal.
That was in Brian Robbins in New York, right? That was in New York too.
No, that was in Montreal.
Pluto Nash?
Yeah. But when I went in, it was Martin Bregman, who produced like Dog Day Afternoon, is saying to me, you got to do it. Come on. And I go, okay. And he's like, come on, you got to. I'm like, no, okay. And then I realized I have to leave this guy's office. Otherwise, he's going to keep asking me, you got to do it. And to the point where he's going to think I'm an ass. All I did was agree with him. Because he did Dog Day Afternoon and Serpico.
Yes,
and now
yes,
he goes, come on, you got to do it. We'll have a great time. And he's an older guy. I'm like, yeah, yes. And he goes, come on, you got to do it. And I go, I got to go. And I just called my agent and said, lock it up. Let's make some dough. That was the same summer I was.
But was that an offer? So that was a meeting or was that an offer?
It was a meeting to just basically say, come do this with us.
Right.
And then that same summer, I worked with Al Pacino in Simone. So one summer.
Simone.
Exactly. 2 biggest movie stars in the world and their biggest piles of shit that ever happened. I'm like
Was that all off of Tom Cruise? Was that all off of Jerry Maguire?
Everything in the world is off of Jerry Maguire, you know?
Not everything. That's not true. Because you are... No, well, acting-wise, yeah.
Acting-wise, sure. It puts you on the map. And then it becomes... For me, it's really like just this arduous digging to just only take parts where I'm a nice guy. Because you put an indelible mark of like, holy shit, what a dick. And people think you're like that guy. Like, people come up to you like, man, you were a fucking asshole in that movie. I fucking hated you, Jerry. Hey, can I get your autograph? I fucking hated you in that movie, man. And this fucking Bob Sugar, that asshole. This is that asshole. Like, people literally will like talk to you that way.
Sure.
But then, you know, am I going to become Rutger Hauer and only play creepy guys that pick up hitchhikers and chop up their fingers and serve them to them?
Lady Hawk, one of the greatest movies ever made.
Yeah, absolutely. See Thomas Howell, baby.
No.
The
Matthew
Hitcher?
Broderick.
The Hitcher?
Oh, The Hitcher. No, I said Lady Hawk.
Oh, Lady Hawk, yes.
Lady Hawk.
But when you talk Rutger Hauer, it's all about The Hitcher, dude.
I don't know.
So, anywho...
Wait, is he even in Lady Hawk? Send me a I could be totally wrong.
Go right now.
I could have totally fucked that up.
Lady Hawk.
Lady Hawk. Matthew Broderick and
which glorious ladies of wrestling is that? Lady Hawk.
Lady Hawk.
All right, 1985.
1985.
The sum Matthew Broderick is indeed in Lady Hawk.
Rutger Hauer?
Yeah.
Yes.
And Michelle Pfeiffer.
Michelle Pfeiffer was gorgeous.
And if you want the rest, Leo McKern, John Wood, and Alfred Molina.
Wow.
Molina, excuse me. And a lot of eye ties. A lot of eye ties in this movie. A lot of Sacchiellis and Burr Sarahs. And but the great thing about, to get back to what we were talking about, on More Stories with Matthew Lillard, who has a movie that you need to check out. Fat Kid Rules the World. And the website is www.
No, it's tugthefatkid.com. Tugg. I'll tell you all about it. It's really interesting, actually.
Tugthefatkid.com.
Tugthefatkid.com.
You guys are going to really dig this, and Matthew's about as good as a guy as you could run into, so it's good to support him. And he's doing me a favor being here. But the thing with The Groomsman, you get offered a movie, and it felt like I was offered a movie, and maybe you felt the same way, but we were all offered it. That'd be funny if it's like, no, bro, I had to read 4 times. They put
6 times. Somebody died. I finally got the part.
Yeah, they were going to, like, my guy, Dez was going to be black, and then Damon Wayans dropped out, so they had me.
No, I had the same thing. I mean, I was driving. I'll never forget. In fact, that was one of the few times in my life that I was driving along, and I remember where I was when I got that offer.
Where were you?
On the way to Palm Springs with my entire family. And like, you're leaving in like 10 days to go do this movie. And I was like, oh, okay.
And it was just a straight offer.
Yeah. And it was, by the way, and the thing was, the part was great.
Yeah.
The cast.
All the parts were great.
Yeah, all the and the cast was awesome.
I would have played any part in that movie and been so happy to have done any part. You had such... Oh, and the other thing, what I was going to say was, it was one of the few times where you get offered a part in a movie and you show up and you felt like you were truly with your peers, your equals, and we're all in this together. There was a real camaraderie, a brotherhood. 5 boroughs in 25 days. We hit them all. And I thought we really did some really great work. Everybody, like Leguizamo and you and fucking Donald Logue.
Donald Logue's unbelievable.
It was so good and
Johnny
fun.
Legs. But I think that all comes from Eddie Burns. I mean, that's his personality. That's who he is. He's a blue-collar guy.
Yeah.
He's not full of shit. I mean, he's like, a solid Irish dude from, the city. And
It was amazing how many cops were on set at any given day because his father, his uncle, his grandparents, his whole family are like Manhattan.
And it was all in City Island, right? I mean, it wasn't
in the Bronx is when we had the most cops show up. But if you're with Ed Burns, there's always it's like he's a spook in the CIA. There's always like a tail. There's always just some cop floating around like, oh, that's my Uncle Jim. Don't worry about it. It's like an 80-year-old guy, and he's got a gun on his hip. He's like, hey, how you doing? You guys shooting a movie? But
Gotta be in your movie.
What I really loved you in The Groomsman, and it really touched me, and it really SLC Punk was really the movie where I went, this kid is for real. This is no joke. I've told you that when I saw you shortly thereafter. I loved SLC Punk. One of the best tripping on acid scenes I've ever seen in my life was in SLC Punk. And you were so great in it. But I also think in The Groomsman, you were so great because we were all under so much, the characters were all under so much stress. And your stress was family. My stress was no family. Everybody had a whole different, John Leguizamo's was gay. Ed Burns was getting married. And we were all falling apart.
Brittany Murphy. How crazy
That's right. Brittany Murphy was in it. I did 2 movies with Brittany Murphy.
So did I. What was the other one?
Cherry Falls.
Oh, yeah. That was that period piece, right? Wasn't it?
No, that's where I dressed up like a tranny and I stabbed virgins. Same thing, really. It's really like Game of Thrones and Cherry Falls. There's really no line of delineation between those masterpieces. Peter Dinklage was with me.
Oh, was he really?
No, I just wanted to. So, but your guy, Dez, in The Groomsman, had the most touching, beautiful scenes with your kids, and only a dad, I think, could have pulled that off when you were teaching your kids to play bass and guitar. And at one point, you just look at one of the boys and you go, oh, this is all you said. I don't even know if you know how great this is. You go, listen to him. Listen to him. Like, listen to like Ron Wood and Keith Richards, like doing it, guitars back and forth. But it was like the most gentle, beautiful, only a real dad trying to convey catch more bees with honey could have ever have said that line the way you said it. And when you said it, that kid actor wasn't a kid actor. He looked up at the kid and listened, and they really started to play. And you start laughing, and you go, "Yeah, you're doing it. You got it. You just start laughing."
I don't remember that at all.
It's beautiful. Well, I just made the whole thing up.
Look, it's funny because I'll never forget. I came to set one night. I landed. I came to set to say hi to people and get dressed, and Eddie was like, "Hey, we're ahead. Will you just come shoot the scene?"
Only Eddie Burns.
And I was like,
"We're a day ahead."
We're like, we're here. We just shoot the scene. I'm like, yeah. So I said, he was great about, and it's funny because I just directed a movie, and I think you take a lot from people, and osmosis wise. I mean, you're a parent. Nobody tells you how to parent, but you're just going to be the parent you are. It's the same with directing. Like nobody tells you how to direct, but you just become what you see in your life. And
you mostly know what you don't want to be.
Right. But as a parent, it's the same thing too. You're like,
I'm not going to be a yeller. I'm not going to be hitting people.
You still fall into your own. You still fall into your own traps.
Don't tell me what I fall into.
You fall into problems. But in that moment, he was like, just come, say whatever comes to your mind. And so we did.
What scene was it?
Well, him and I sitting on the door on the stoop of his.
Oh, that's
place.
a great scene.
And I said to him, dude, there's people who know, there's people who don't know. And once you have a kid, because the whole thing about him getting, about she's pregnant. I was like, dude, that's what life's about. And I was like, that was, straight. I'll never forget because that was like my line that I brought to that.
That was a great line, and I remember you don't remember what it was, and I do, I bet.
What is it?
You go.
Well, you have that memory. I don't have that memory. You have a crazy memory.
You go. What are you going to do with your life if you're not married? Jerk off? Watch a couple games?
Yeah, that's him.
I mean, that's
that
what
was
you
all
said.
him. What do you do? Jerk off again? Like
Yeah.
But there's people who know. There's people who don't know.
Yeah. It was really good.
Yeah, look, that whole movie was like that. Like that sitting around the table outside of that bar, shooting the shit, smoking cigars. Like that's all just guys hanging out, and then a camera's there catching it.
And we all had to learn how to play instruments. John Leguizamo had to sing.
Right.
I thought you had the easy gig because you just had to learn how to play bass. It's 4 strings and the truth.
It's awesome. But then I had to be shirtless, which I did not feel good about.
Why? It's fun. Be fun.
I have body dysmorphia. I hate my body.
You look totally regular, nice-looking guy.
No, I have the weirdest.
Watch the Groomsman. It's
I
right
look at myself
there.
in the mirror every day. I'm like, I just get grosser and grosser.
You thought you're like you're a sweet, handsome guy.
No, I'm not.
To me, how about that?
This is uncomfortable.
All right, let's move on to something else.
Good.
SLC Punk offer.
Right. No, in
You went
fact,
to audition.
I auditioned and I said to Marandino, I don't get it. I don't get the movie. I don't get the part.
Now, how the fuck do I not audition for it? And I totally get it. Like, I watch it and go, and what?
Well, I get it now. I mean, I got it.
I get it after I got the job and complained.
But they offered me Heroin Bob. The
you
guy
don't want that
dies.
shit. Yeah.
And I was like, I want to be the lead. Because I just, like, we sat and talked. When you talk to James Marandino in that moment, he was that visionary that kind of can, like, he opened up your mind to what the potential was.
Yeah.
He had a vision. You saw a guy with like an idea of what he wanted to do and the idea he wanted to make. And so, jumping into that project made a lot of sense in that moment.
And have you done Acid?
No.
Because it was just really filmed and acted perfectly. But I guess it was acted perfectly because all the shit, the LSD stuff happened sort of around you. Like, it wasn't you going, whoa.
Yeah. I wasn't doing anything, and they just added that stuff.
Yeah.
Like the snake and like all of a
and
sudden.
like the city behind you, like, check it out.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. And then when she looks, it's just the city's on fire. And you're like, it's just all these trees and bushes. And when she looks,
sex.
it's a graveyard.
There's a sex.
I was very impressed. And James Marandino, I thought, was like really crushed it. Like SLC Punk, 1998. Check that shit out. It's great. He's done a lot of movies since then, but I'm waiting for him to get back to what he was doing on SLC Punk. Because that was a good movie. And I know you didn't make a dime on that.
No.
Scooby-Doo, you made a ton of money.
Scooby-Doo 2.
Where are you? Is that what it's called?
No, Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed. I made a ton of money. By the way, we've
Scooby-Doo 2
Monsters
Unleashed. All right.
Was the in fact, it was funny is I said to them, don't pay because I wanted a big number and I didn't get a grown-up number, I got a good number.
I didn't get a grown-up number?
I didn't get a Freddie Prinze Jr. number, I got a much smaller number.
And how the fuck is he Fred? Like, why not just whatever? I got so many issues with Scooby-Doo.
I don't
and
blame
none
you.
of it has to do with you or a fucking animatronic dog.
It's really
You were born to play that part. I hate
Please
and you know
don't
what?
say that.
I'll trade
Please
Pluto
don't say
Nash
that.
and Simone for your check on Scooby-Doo.
no, I don't want to change. Well, first of all, I don't think we can physically do that at this point. That money's gone.
Well, how about this? How about there's a magic machine?
Okay.
And you have a summer
Right.
where you sing. You get to sing "Fly Me to the Moon" and "My Kind of Town"
Right.
with Eddie Murphy in Montreal, and then in L.A. you work 3 weeks with Al Pacino, and then I will do Scooby-Doo 1 and 2.
I'll take your path every single time.
Really?
Yeah, because I mean,
Look at this fucking
the problem
house.
is-
How am I going to pay for this shit, man?
yeah, you are rich, dude. You're fucking rich,
Brother.
Dude, I'll talk.
Let me put something. Oh, no. I'm
you-
interrupting you right now. Let's put something to bed.
Okay.
I have the potential to be rich at any moment. It's a phone call away. But the call has not come in a
but that's-
wait. In a while. When I go do stand-up, this is a big overhead living over here. I'm not fucking packing it away like a squirrel packs peanuts. There's a lot of shit to fucking pay for. You got kids in a house. You know how it goes.
Oh, yeah. And
What was the last movie I was in? Hereafter with Clint Eastwood for scale.
But here's the TV shows. First of all, movies. Dude, I did The Descendants with George Clooney, Alexander Payne.
You were great.
Thanks, bro. But you don't make
I was
money.
getting to
There's
it.
no money there. You don't make. I mean, that's not why you're doing that. But TV.
I see.
Dude,
I
you
would.
were on
I
a
would
TV
have.
show for 3
2
years.
years. 2 years.
2
What,
years.
Gary Unmarried?
Gary Unmarried,
Which
was
you were also a guest
I was
star
also on. Thank you. I needed that job. But
I wanted you back.
But that's money.
The network did not.
I don't blame them. I'm a dick.
Why? You were great.
Why? Yeah, but why wouldn't they have me back then?
What?
Why wouldn't they have me back?
I don't know. And it was like the bane of my existence. They wouldn't have Al Madrigal back after the first season.
I like Al.
And I was like, how are you not
He's awesome.
having him back? And he wrote stuff for himself that was super funny. And then I told them, like, you need to see what he's writing for this character because it's how it should go.
Right.
And they just told me no. And then they fired the showrunners and brought new guys in. Then you come in as my super wealthy brother, like a page right out of like The Honeymooners, like, I got it. We all, and like, I'll pick up the check, Ralph. Okay, Ralph. Like, it was just that old, like, I'm rich, but I'm not really rich. And then you wind up painting walls with me for a living. And then, I don't know.
But I like that job. I mean, I love that job. I mean, that
What's
was
not to like? You work 3 hours a day, you get paid, and you're home with your kids.
Yeah, but that's and you have a dual income house